Yeah, I'll try to show this on there. But for the next thing, Deadspace. So they just recently showcased basically the devs showing what they have so far
Pre-alpha,
in the remake that they're doing for Dead Space. And they were showing comparisons, of like what they originally had. They said that they used the original stuff from the first game, and they just wanted to expound on it
and resurfaced it and repolished it and remade it all.
Right, and it was actually looking pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, just the change in lighting and the moods and stuff like that of the rooms kind of changed, like
the fog and the flickering lights and the dark corners. Totally changed the ambiance of the game, man. Like a whole different experience.
I mean, one thing that I kind of I didn't like was the fact that your character was kind of missing in the dark. Because it was like
so dark,
like in the original, your character was always like highlighted to a sense. The world was dark, but this one, your character is actually in the shadows.
If you go in a shadow, you're shadowed, right?
Yeah, it looks like you're in the shadows, and I guess that's like realization. That's realism or whatever. But I kind of missed, the fact that your character was like fully bright. You can see where he's at, but I definitely like the way they're going with it. They gave like a really good breakdown. They were like extremely transparent, like showing us like the freaking test rooms, and you don't ever really get to see that, but like all of the different random objects with like no skins on them, just little boxes here and there, and then showcasing how their physics works and stuff, like they really wanted to emphasize like dismemberment is like one of the things that they really tried to excel in on this. Like, the fact that you could hit certain parts of the body and pieces would come off. And then if you were to hit in the exact spots for like bones, you could break a whole arm off or whatever. The game before, if you had the right weapon, you could just literally cut through a body part and just dismember.
If it was powerful enough and the enemies were gonna, we talk a lot about like destructible environments. Well, this has like destructible bodies.
Yeah.
Like every little part of it, you hit like a chunk of flesh flies off. You see bone underneath. It's very realistic.
Yeah.
What's really neat about this is different. This is kind of almost falling in line a bit to what we were talking about a while ago with the whole release date fiasco and should pre-orders even exist and stuff. And we were talking about the notion that why don't you just release something and put it in early access?
Right.
And you don't release it and we all follow it and see it until it's finished. Right. Yeah. And you can even let people play it. I felt like this was a step in that direction. Like I was not expecting them to do this with us. Like show us all pre-production. This is early pre-production development they're showing us.
Yeah, almost give us the process.
Yeah, and letting us chime in and hearing our feedback.
Yeah, seeing where you're at with the game.
How do we feel about it?
Yeah.
I thought that was wonderful. Like, I think a lot of games, for some reason, the tradition is to make a game behind closed doors. And then when it's finished, you reveal it. And then, like, you either love it or hate it. But what if you're like, hey, we're going to show it to you right now and tell us if you love it or hate it, if we're going in the right direction. Mm-hmm. That way we know we build a winning product.
Yeah.
Right, rather than guessing if we have. Like with Saints Row, right? Or with anything, you don't know. Or with Defiant X Defiant.
Yeah.
You think you have a winner, but you don't know, and you reveal it to the public, and they're just like, they shit all over it.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn. Well, maybe you should have told us what you were doing along the way.
343.
And you wouldn't have dumped $100 million. Yeah, 343. You wouldn't have dumped $100 million into this.
You wouldn't have shown that shit during the Xbox showcase
had we known that
was
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like these guys are learning.
Yeah.
It's just different. It's a different way of like developing a game, which you've never really seen before. Them sharing us this behind the scenes stuff.
For sure.
And I appreciate it. It just makes me, I feel more appreciated as a consumer. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm taken serious, that I matter. It makes me want to get this, it makes me want to get it more, because I know what I'm getting now. It's not this hidden secret until 2 months before it releases,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's really neat. Also, I love everything they've done. It's really incredible what they've done already in just early pre-production. They have a lot done. Like, what'd you think about the way the guy moved? He was kind of hunchbacked a bit, and his movement felt like really real. Like the way a man in a suit would like kind of move around.
Yeah,
like I loved it.
Especially when you creeping around corners and shit. You kind of getting a little low.
Yeah, you kind of getting a little low, and it's like
there.
His movement just felt so organic and like real.
Yeah,
I don't know. I really, it's cool, man. You feel like it's like some Event Horizon stuff. This is like a creepy ship, you know, like. They did emphasize that the suit could change. It's not like the final way the suit would look. Even though I like the way it looked right now.
Yeah.
Looks really good. It's cool, man. This is probably the greatest survival horror single-player game. Is it the best one ever made? I mean, maybe Resident Evil.
But Resident Evil probably take the title.
But this one's like really up there. Top 5 at least all time.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is really cool, you know. So
yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff, EA.
Yeah, it's really cool, and I'm definitely interested to see if they're going to keep this up. You know what I mean? Like showing us as they improve and you know the alterations and stuff like that they do, because that type of stuff gets the fans excited, or people that weren't interested more interested. You know what I mean?
You keep the flame going too, like you're like adding to the flame.
Yeah, you're giving something for people to like look forward to. You know. And sometimes, like, you know, being mysterious just doesn't help certain games. So the fact that they're just upfront with everything is cool.
I love you, me.